Hello, and welcome back to another guide of Breath of the Wild by Stratty Stream. I'm Stratty, and I'm going to be taking you through the guide today of the final trial of Trial of the Sword. So as mentioned before, we're going to go in making sure that we have a full set of 2 rows of hearts, going with a 20 plus hearty simmered food buff, along with what I would suggest is a 3 attack up for 30-minute duration, or you can choose to do a defense buff. But either one, you can choose 1 buff plus a heart. Go ahead and eat that, and we're going to go ahead and get started on the final trials. So this one is broken into more parts. There's going to be 3 safe zones, but similar to the other trials. As mentioned before, I highly suggest coming in with more than just your original stamina wheel, but whatever you have, you will make do. So for the first part of this trial, everything is going to be stormy, so you're going to want to manage to watch out for anything metal. And watch out for the Bacabs. They're going to be easy. You're just going to go around, blow them up, dodge as you can. Once you knock them away from their heads, all it's going to take is one good place to swing to kill them. These are not dangerous at all as long as you just do good management. Use a lot of bombs, keep them at bay. Pick up any Bacab arms that you can grab. Now, for now, we're going to go ahead and pick up all the rusty stuff, but just be careful when doing it. Make sure there's no indicator that it's about to be hit. And like I said, about the first 5 levels or so are all going to be this themed. Gonna go ahead and bomb these open. Of course, it's gonna cause them to scatter, but it seems there was a stack of 10 arrows. And as you can see, that's about to be hit. So just be mindful. Alright. And as always, I mentioned you do have a 30-minute time window for your buff. So try to take your time, but also at the same time, try not to take too long. Buff is going to be hugely helpful. Alright, for this level, you are going to have to watch out for the Keese. I do suggest taking them out with a bow. They do attract lightning. So if you do get close, you may get zapped by a lightning strike. That's not what I wanted to happen, but we'll make do. Alright, and there's going to be some stall Lizalfos in here. Highly suggest throwing a bomb just to get rid of that so you don't blow yourself up. And just take these guys out from a distance. Super easy. Just keep them at a distance and you're good to go. For now, we're going to pick up any and everything that we can get, including Lizalfo's arms, low-end weapons. But as we go on, we're going to start to replace all arm pieces with rusty stuff, and you'll see why later. Go ahead and grab this chest, pull it up from the ground. Make sure you watch out for the lightning strikes. And Royal Guard swords, which is gonna really come in handy. Make sure you scout. Alright, so I have something equipped that's metal. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next floor. Actually, I see one more weapon. Or food. Alright, first things first, go ahead and take out these electric choo-choos. And be aware, there are spiked walls that you can run into. Alright, so go ahead and take those out and head up. And the easiest way to deal with the next part is go ahead and use stasis or magnesis on this metal chest. And what we're going to do is we're just going to smack away these stall moblins. You can actually hit them. I can't see. We're going to move over here. We hit one, just hit his head. Not exactly what we wanted to happen, but we'll make do. You can also go around bombing. It's not too difficult. Just be mindful that they are all around. As soon as you kill all these stall moblins, you'll be done. You just gotta find them. I believe the last one is right here. And we're done with this floor. Go ahead and grab the chest. Grab this one. I believe there was one at the very top too. Watch out for the spike wall, as I clearly almost ran into it. Pick up the chest at the very top. Another shield. Bomb these down here. Watch where they're gonna, because they're gonna fly away, obviously. Like some more arrows. Not gonna search super hard because we want to keep this buff up. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next floor. Alright, so for this next floor, there are gonna be stall bokoblins riding on stall horses. So be mindful. You get hit by them, they will hit hard because they have some harder hitting weapons. I suggest placing a bomb up here, blowing up all the metal pieces so that there's no longer a threat, and taking them out with your bow. One well shot to the head will do the trick. You can also use stasis on the bokoblins, and they will actually fall off their horse. The horse will ride off. Watch out for the bow hits. Obviously, it's gonna hurt. And this is also going to be the part where we're going to want to go ahead and start replacing all bone weapons with metal rusty weapons. Alright, we got a couple more enemies to take out. Did not want to do that, but we're good to go. Alright, so go ahead and start looking around. Grab anything rusty or metal. Some of these bone ones, too, are going to be better than the arms. Alright, I'm going to throw a bomb. Get these taken care of. And pick up the shock arrows. That was too close for comfort. We're moving on. And the next floor is a Stalnox. Same thing as the previous ones. We can use stasis to stop him for a second. Wasn't well timed. Spin to win. Alright, so when you get close to the very end, his eye's gonna fall out. So go ahead and pick up a weapon and just start bashing on the eye. You may have to repeat this process a couple times, and he's done. Alright, there's going to be very important weapons that he's going to drop. Sorry for the delay. Had to get something to drink. We're going to pick up all the arrows that just came out. Alright. So we're going to pick this up. Drop this, pick up. It's very important to have the frost and the flame spear. And there is also an electric weapon that you're going to want to pick up as well. Double check to make sure there's no rusty or metal weapons. And move on. And with that, we are at our first safe zone. As always, sneak to go grab your first fairy. Once that's done, you're good. Go pick up all the items around. Start gathering. Bomb the fish. Gonna start picking up some items here. Alright, so we got Flamebreaker boots, which is going to give us a little bit of defense, and our next zone is going to be a fire zone, so you're going to need that for the heat resistance. And 3 ancient arrows. I highly suggest you save those arrows until the point that I show that you need them. It will be greatly useful later down the road at very specific times. Gonna bomb this last chest. And now it's time to cook up all the food. Remember to try and mix. So this is armored, so we're gonna do 2 armored plus 2 razor shroom. Cancels out the buff. Cook everything up, and it's time to move on. Alright, for the next zone, make sure you get rid of all wooden stuff because they are about to burn up. Take out the fire choo-choo. I highly suggest using bombs to take out the little rock dudes. And watch out for the Octorok. Alright, so this is where the rusty weapons will come in huge handy. Go ahead and fly over to the middle. And grab this claymore. As I mentioned, the more weapon slots that you have, the better off you will be in this trial. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to equip every rusty weapon. And as he's sucking in, go ahead, throw your weapon. He'll suck it in. And he'll spit out a higher, stronger weapon for you. Watch where it lands. And go pick it up. And watch out as he spits out because they can hit you and they will do damage. Like that. And falling in the lava is exactly what you do not want to do. And that is why I record 100% uncut. So you can see the mistakes that I make and do what you can to avoid. I normally do not ever take hits by that, but it is what it is. We're also going to equip the rusty shields. Go ahead and drop them on the ground close to him, and he'll suck them up. Unfortunately, with the shield, sometimes he spits them out like a bullet, and you might lose them. And that was another one. Fortunately, we lost all of those. And all you have to do is throw a bomb, let him suck it up, blow the bomb up, and he's done. Alright, and we're on to the next floor. Go ahead and pull out your ice shield. These are fire Lizalfos. Because they're opposite element, one hit from these attacks will kill them in one hit. One at a time, just go by and attack them. Just be real mindful not to get hit. Double check to make sure there's no chest in this one. I can't exactly remember. Alright, so we're good. Go ahead and head back. And on to the next floor. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to go ahead and take out the Lizalfo, or the Wizrobe. Try not to attract the other enemies at this point. If you use stasis, opposite element will not work for a one-hit kill. So what we'll do... Same thing as before. They are fire, so they will go down in one hit. Except for the Moblin, be careful because he is holding a heavy hitting weapon. Best thing to do is shock him so he drops his weapon and take him out. Switch back, give him a little zap. I would suggest taking the sledgehammer, as we will be fighting a rock. Alright, and that's it for this floor. Go ahead and bomb this. Collect all the spoils. It is food, so they will unfortunately sear. More arrows. We're moving on to the next floor. Alright, and for this floor, we are going to take out this Lizalfo first. Be careful with this one, he has a bow. He can take you out from a distance. It is also a good idea because he has ranged. Get that one weapon ready and get him shocked and ready to go. Taking way more damage than I would like to. Have your Thunderblade ready. Keep switching between Thunderblade and whatever weapon. Give him a little shock. And we're done. Go ahead and check, make sure. I would use a large weapon. Break through these. Don't use your hammer just yet. Also at the very bottom, we're gonna want to go down there. Make sure that we break all apart. And grab this chest in the fire lava. It is important. It is our next set of 3 ancient arrows that we will need. Make your way to the very top. We will move on. We're gonna go ahead and click the Great Frostblade. Because it's time to fight Mr. Flame Rocky. Alright, so for the Ignitalius, just hit him with the Frostblade once, cool him off, get to the top. We're gonna go ahead and get our Sledgehammer and spin to win. If you have enough stamina, you will be able to do this in one go. And you're done. Like there was just one arrow out of that. The rest of them are just updrafts, so don't worry about those. And we're moving on to our second safe zone. Go ahead and sneak, grab our 2 fairies. Grab your spicy peppers. Gonna go ahead and open up a box. We get a nice shield. Stone Smasher. Which we will go ahead and replace that with something else. Can't stress enough, the more weapon slots you have, the better off you will be. And another piece of gear, give us more defense. This time you're actually going to have an item to the left. Grab the mushrooms to the right. And once again, we're going to bomb the fish. With this, it may be tempting to cook these two because you will get the warm debuff, but if you have that damage increase, I wouldn't risk it. So cancel out any buffs or more health up items, and you should be good to go. And we'll go ahead and cook this fully, just in case, for some resistance. And move on to the next floor. So we're gonna go ahead and equip our flame spear. That will be just enough to keep you warm. Next set of zones are gonna be snow. Bomb the little rock guys. Take out the frost choo-choo. Alright, that helped a little bit. He's burning. That really hurts. That is something you really want to watch out for. We want to save those fairies and hearts. So be super careful. Grab all the items that you may need. And we will go ahead and move on to the next floor. Alright, so these Lizalfos, same thing applies. One hit, and they're done. Be careful when not having your flame blade equipped, because you will take frost damage. Be very careful with him. Shock him. We'll start to beat up on him. As you can see, we're already starting to take damage from the cold. Actually, we'll go ahead and take that spear back. Alright, and there's gonna be some things that you want to melt. It should be the one closest to the stairs over here. Just stand next to it with your flame spear, and it'll start to melt. And at this point, it's just a waiting game. Just waiting, waiting, waiting. And we're gonna go ahead and open up the chest. And another set of ancient arrows, which you will need. Alright, well, as we're passing time and moving on to the next floor, just know that you can always catch me live at twitch.tv/StratiStream, where we play a variety of different games. And if this guide has helped you in any way, please like, share, and subscribe. It is always greatly appreciated. Alright, for this next set of floor, we're gonna go around. Try to manage by taking one on at a time. And try to attract this moblin first. Alright, he's down. Next thing, what we should try to do is get the attention of the Wizrobe without attracting the Bokos over there. Let's see if we can do that. Watch out for the damage of the cold. There we go. We got his attention. If we could get an element damage, he will be out in one hit. I would say go ahead and pick up that Frost Rod. So now is going to come in a good time for it. And that is exactly what I was referring to, trying to be careful. Don't want to go ahead and eat up our first fairy. Go ahead and pick up anything that you may need at this point in time. Shields, weapons. Should be good to go. Seems like our rusty weapon is broken. So we'll go ahead and just bomb this open. Just a couple fruit. And we'll move on to the next floor. And we have a Frost Talus. We've seen this before. It is nothing different. Have your flame spear ready. Give him a good whack. Or freeze yourself. That's good too. Cool them off, let them fall, and jump on top. Go ahead and equip the Iron Sledgehammer, and spin to win. And we are done with the Frost Talus. Which also means we have arrived to our third and final. Oh, nope, just kidding. One more. Alright, so if everybody, this is where we've just saved one of our ancient arrows. And unless you want to fight a Lionel at this point, go ahead and select your ancient arrow, hit him with one ancient arrow, and he is gone. The unfortunate part is you do not get his spoils from this. But if you want the challenge, go for it. If you're looking for a way to beat this, hit him with that ancient arrow. And now we have arrived at floor 18 and our final saves point. At this point, if you still have fairies, you will not be receiving any extra fairies. Maybe not the best of ideas. Iced prime meat. So we're gonna go ahead and open up our final set of chests. Royal Broadsword, 36. Do we have anything less than 36? We do. We will switch it out. A good shield. And a royal bow. Go ahead and drop the crap bows. Pick up the next one. Alright. And for this, once again, bomb the fish. But with these fish, you're gonna cook up every single one of these individually. Because they are going to give you a full recovery plus 2 hearts. And by this time, we've probably run through our damage increase buff, so that is quite alright. Alright, after you're done cooking up, let's go ahead and head up to our last set of floors. Alright, and this room is going to be a series of stationary guardians. Shield deflects are the best way, but there are safe ways of taking them out. My suggestion is break his line of sight. Don't use any ancient arrows at this point. We'll hit him in the eye, stun him, equip a couple weapons, and take him out. Now when you finish and kill this first one, 2 more will awaken. So be ready to try to break one line of sight. This is just the safest method that I'm showing you all. If you are good at shield deflects, which I normally do, definitely use this method because it is a lot more efficient. And for the final, unfortunately, 3 awaken. Try to keep the line of sight. Aim for the eye. Head for the final guardian. Try to break that line of sight. And we're done with this floor. Alright, everybody. It's time to move on to the next floor. The next floor should be a single walking guardian. We can do it the same way. Hit him in the eye. You could use an ancient arrow, but you're gonna want to save at least 2 to 3 for the final levels. So at this point, make your own judgment call of how you want to approach this. But this is how I'm gonna do it. Alright, so we're definitely using up our weapons, but don't worry. Let him figure out what's going on. And he's done. That's it to this floor. If you were to shield deflect this guardian, it takes 3 perfect shield deflects to take him out. If I recall correctly, there are no chests here. So go ahead and move on to the next floor. The next floor is a single flying guardian. This is one where I would probably suggest going ahead and using an ancient arrow, but make sure you use it accurately. Make sure you take the time to line that shot up and make it work. Can't remember. There might be something at the top of this. We're gonna go ahead and check. No harm if not. You could go to the top and start sniping them from up there, but that is a little bit harder to do. We've got a couple bomb arrows, which we'll use later. The next floor is going to be a stationary guardian, a walking guardian, and a flying guardian. Same thing goes with the flying guardian. I'd suggest trying to get his attention first. Perfectly lining up his sight. Watch out for the guardian up there. If you see in the top right corner, he's up there. What we'll do is we'll attract the attention of this walking guardian. And we'll also go take him out with an ancient arrow. So that leaves us with 5 ancient arrows. A very good number to have. There's a chest up top here. Good shield. I think we're full on shields. Go ahead and run towards the Guardian, trying to break line of sight. Luckily, because he's in tower, it is easy to do so. Make your way to the very top. At this point, same thing. Hit him in the eye. And we'll go ahead and spin to win. He's done. And don't do that for some reason. My button did not press. But at this point, we still have 3 fairies and plenty of health. Make our way back to the other side, where we will move on. And here is the final level. And one of the biggest reasons why I've suggested saving them ancient arrows is we have a set of Bacabs on horseback with extremely high damage weapons, a Lionel, and a Station Guardian. We're going to get attention of that Lionel. Take him out with a good shot. We're gonna ignore the Bacabs. Try to break line of sight. And we're gonna go ahead and start and take out this Guardian first. Be very careful with the Bacabs on horseback. They do high damage. We'll go ahead and take that out. We have the spare to use. You can actually go ahead and at this point equip bomb arrows. These are red Bacabs. They are no big deal. We'll go ahead and switch to fire arrows. Taking them out. Keeping it at a distance. Easiest way to do it. If at this point you're like me, you have plenty of arrows to go. Just start spamming, taking them out. Keep your distance. And unfortunately my bow does not seem like it goes far enough. Those are going to be a little bit too far to take out. So we're going to fly down here, try to get their attention. More arrows if you happen to need them. More bomb arrows. Select another arrow. Take out this last macabre. With better position than I am. Screw it. That's it. And with that being said, that is the final level of the final trials of the Trial of the Sword. Make your way through the teleporter, and with that, make your final climb to claim the fully powered up Master Sword. As you may know, you have progressed through 2 trials, which has upgraded your Master Sword from 30 to 40 damage, and from 40 to 50. And with this last power up, your Master Sword at all times will have a power of 60. And not only that, but an extensional, I can't even say, just exponentially upgraded durability. Thank you for watching this guide. I really hope it helped everyone. I've had a lot of people request help on this from the Twitch channel. As always, you can catch me live at twitch.tv/StratiStream. And also, if you enjoyed this video, if it helped you out all, the support is always greatly appreciated. If you would like, comment, share, subscribe, any of those, request other guide videos, I'd always greatly appreciate it. And with that, we are done. Have a good one.